What is up, everybody? Welcome to Ghost in the Night, a paranormal and true crime podcast. I am Phil, and as always, my co-host Travis is sitting to my left. Say hi, Travis.
Hi.
Hi.
That is all. I'm fucking tired. I have tired voice.
Well, you're tired because of something we'll talk about in a second. But tonight, I don't know what we're covering. This is all Travis. I have no idea.
I mean, I didn't know what we were covering until pretty much when we got home from work.
Well, that's how we roll up in this bitch. We are the most unprepared podcast in the world.
Yes, and I agree with the comment. Fireball is bad.
I
will drink Fireball, but it's not good.
The pre-show, we were all talking about drinking. For those people listening to the podcast now.
Which, if you're listening, check out the pre-show, because there rarely is one, let's be honest.
But we were talking about drinking. All of you can suck a dick. Fireball. It is the only way to take whiskey, because whiskey, you're American honey.
I prefer to put it in my ass.
You can, submerge that shit. What's that? Enema. Give you a fireball enema.
Oh, butt chug.
A fireball enema.
Don't do it.
That'll light your ass on fire.
Dude, you would literally, maybe a shot. Because if you can actually fucking die from that shit.
Right, yeah, because it's quicker to the bloodstream. Cuts out the middleman.
Just like butt stuff normally does.
No, but this has been a hectic week, so this topic is spur of the moment.
Oh, God, yeah. It was nonstop for me yesterday.
This is the GITN. I still get that.
GITN. Ever since we took the letters down,
I can't look back and my cheat sheet's gone. The GITN birthday week. Everybody should wish Travis a happy birthday, whose birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
We are doing the birthday hangover show at this stage of the game.
A little bit.
Him and his significant other walked in late last night and woke my ass up.
You weren't asleep, were you?
I was in bed.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I just went to bed. But so everybody wish Travis a happy birthday.
I saw some Christmas lights. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, went to Coney Island. Longest fucking line ever to wait for goddamn Christmas lights. Let me tell you, you pull in. We got there shortly after they opened. We pull in, and then they're splitting it into two lines, which I was like, okay, whatever. And it's just zigzagging the fuck through Coney Island parking lot, which is a good-sized parking lot. It's an amusement park, after all. And then at one point, they split it off into three lines so you can go through the little ticket thing. And then tell me how the fuck you're going to do this, and then you're going to have those three lines converge into one to make the line that goes through the lights. And there's not going to be anybody in charge of it. You're just going to go off the honor system and hope somebody doesn't fucking fuck it all up.
Right.
I'm just rolling along. I'm like, bitch, stay there. It's my turn. Share. Sharing is caring, you fuck. And then we pull in, and it was perfectly timed because they had the music on a rotation. So as we were pulling in, it was Clark Griswold, 25,000, that whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And music starts playing. It's synced to the lights, which is all cool, and dandy, and But I looked at her, and I was like, "This isn't your fault in any way, and I'm not mad at you. But if this is what it is, I'm gonna be fucking pissed that we sat in line for that long, because it was just some light strings coming from the trees that changed with the songs, and some fucking lights with bows every once in a while, and a singing Santa face and shit. And then we come around the corner, and it's fucking an EDM festival just fucking threw up in my face, and there's just lights fucking everywhere. It was actually kind of cool because they didn't play just shitty old timey fuck. What are the treetops glisten? They actually had some Trans-Siberian Orchestra and shit in there. It was pretty cool.
Right.
There's a lot more lights than I was expecting, because you can see it from across that little lake they have at Coney Island, and then they zigzag you through it,
right? And
have little individual stuff, and they're like, "How many elves can you spot?" I stopped after 2. I was like, I don't give a fuck about your elves. Unless you're going to give me something for getting the right fucking answer, suck my dick.
You didn't stop after 0?
Well, I just happened to notice, right after I read the sign, I was like, there's one.
Accidentally found 1 or 2.
And then I saw one, on top of something, and I was like, I see what you did there, fucker.
Yeah, so Travis's birthday was yesterday.
I also crop dusted my way through a giant antique store.
I would expect no less from you.
Dude, well, because I had that breakfast burrito, which, if anybody go to fucking First Watch, I don't know if they all have them, but the one we went to had a barbacoa breakfast burrito with a red chili hollandaise sauce over the top of it. Fucking finger licking good. But goddamn, literally giant antique store, and I was just fucking farting my way. And they didn't stink, so it was the perfect crime.
Oh, well, that takes the fun out of it, though.
No, well, because wasn't anybody there anyway, but I just got the massive amount of pleasure of being able to freely fart as much as I want and not have to deal with it. Because it's an antique store. They have the little, like, how they set up their little sections for the individual sellers. Yeah. So, like, I'm in there just, and I don't have to worry about, like, at one point she looked at me and she was like, Jesus Christ. Like, I was like, I don't know where it's coming from. Went to get something out of the car when we got back, and I was just...
Yeah, so Travis's birthday was yesterday. He celebrated.
And the aquarium.
Oh, we went to the aquarium.
She got a free tour because she was there with me.
Yes, that's true.
Explained to her the difference between a turtle, a tortoise, and a terrapin. Explained to her why you won't see white alligators in the wild for the most part, or any melanistic or albino, or leucistic or albino animal. What else? Drop some knowledge about penguins, poison dart frogs, the works. Hammerhead sharks. They have a shark ray, like I told you about.
Shark ray, which I was not aware was a thing.
They're pretty fucking cool. What really threw me off is I did not know they have 3 arapaima in their freshwater walk-through tank, which is fucking pretty cool. They're massive.
I can hear the people in the chat snoring right now.
Well... Eat my dick.
No, but so the festivities will not cease with Travis's birthday. They will continue through the weekend because it is my birthday. And Daddy is getting, what's the technical term for it?
Fucked up.
Fucked up. That's the technical term for it.
I wasn't planning on it. I didn't want to. I kind of ended up doing so.
So next Wednesday's live stream will be just as much as a shit show. Because I'm old. Because I'm hitting that dreaded number. It'll take me till Thursday to recuperate.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever heard of this, like, magic birthday or whatever the fuck it is? It's already passed for both of us and most people. But I guess it's the year that you turn the number of the date of your birthday. So, like, mine would be my 13th birthday.
And mine would have been my 18th birthday.
Yeah. I just learned about that, and they were like, I guess it's supposed to be, like, a really good birthday. Just naturally.
I don't think what year that was. So...
1462.
90? Yeah, 1990.
Was that a good birthday for you?
Trying to think. I was in senior year in high school. Every day in my senior year was a good year.
I don't know. Mine sucked. On my 13th birthday, it was interesting. I was perfectly fine on the 12th of December. And then on the 13th of December, I was sick. And I turned 13. And it was Friday the 13th.
Well, I'm safe now because there's not 50 days in a month.
Right. But yeah, I did. I got sick on my 13th birthday, and I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. Interesting, right? I think it was psychosomatic.
Tyler says he's got 4 more years till his magic birthday.
Share the video with everyone right now.
Senior in high school. Force it down
your loved ones' throats.
Senior year in high school birthday.
Step, bro.
No.
Could have been bad. You were in high school.
Oh, no. Like I said, my senior year, every day was fucking good.
Yeah, you were in high school, so, like...
Daddy had a good time.
So Nat King Cole was on top of the charts?
No.
Dolly Parton was being born?
No. Anyway.
What else? What else do we have to talk about?
I don't know.
Oh, it didn't fucking give us anybody a joke or anything. Fuck, that's going to be my new thing. Let me think.
You want to do some current affairs? Do a current affair topic?
Let me think. Well, now I got to think of a joke.
Well,
you can start a current affair topic if you want.
I want to get your opinion.
On Lionel Messi?
No. On this Brittany Griner being exchanged for
who gives a
the
fuck?
Merchant of Death.
1, I don't really give a fuck. 2, we should have got more.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think it's a fair trade?
No. A WNBA player for a fucking terrorist, basically?
For the Merchant of Death. With a cool-ass name. I'll give him credit. He's got a cool-ass name.
What's his last name?
Merchant of Death. I mean, that's his nickname.
I thought when you said last name, I thought you meant like legally. Like, okay, so his name's Alexi Merchant of Death.
That would be cool. If I was called the Merchant of Death,
of course.
I would change it.
Fuck no. I mean, I have a cool last name, but that's way cooler.
The man has a Nicolas Cage movie on his life.
Which one?
I think it was Lord of Death or something like that. They changed it up a little bit.
Lord of War.
Lord of War. Like that is based on his life.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And
how the fuck is that the trade we get for Brittany Griner? Like, sorry, but like, and I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but nobody gives a shit about the WNBA. There's a reason that their jerseys officially look like fucking NASCARs with all the sponsorships.
I'm personally thinking, the Merchant of Death, more of a fair trade would have been like LeBron. Maybe not LeBron.
Mike Tyson.
No.
You bite your tongue. I don't care if he's retired. We will give anything to get Mike Tyson back if he ever gets locked up. We need him in our lives.
Yeah. Oh, welcome. Jessica's here. Welcome, Jessica.
But yeah,
I just think it was a very unfair trade.
Yeah.
I think we got, obviously, our lovely, spry El Presidente
Jesus Christ.
does not negotiate very well.
No.
Let's get Brittany Griner for a very dangerous individual.
Yes, she is the one that got arrested for a weed pen. But also, let's be real here. Like, don't bring drugs to Russia. That's step one.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I feel like you get arrested if you have like a fucking American dollar in Russia.
I agree. That wasn't the smartest thing to do. I mean, personally, a good trade for me would have been a water cooler for her.
At least she didn't go to fucking like Singapore. They probably would have killed her ass.
That is true.
Or the Philippines.
That is very true. So I just think it was a very unfair deal. I think Putin...
FDR would be pissed.
Putin bent it over and...
Was that FDR, the New Deal?
I think so. Don't make me think this.
It's amazing. Like, I can talk about dinosaurs, but like I'd fucking mix up presidential shit.
I just don't believe it was a fair trade. That's like, trading...
Just let her do her little punk-ass time. Fuck it.
That's like...
She was already like basically done. Wasn't she?
I don't fucking know.
Because didn't they say that she could get out after a year?
Oh, I think she only... Yeah, something like that.
I think they said it was like 9 years or something like that, but she could get out after a year.
See, I'm not big. I'm not an expert on the
Russian penal system.
Yes.
Stern but fair. That's it. That's the whole whole law book.
I just don't think we should have traded
stealing, kick in face, burglary, kick in face, drinking another man's vodka, death.
I mean, welcome home. Glad you're home. Go play in that shitty ass league.
It's like I said though. My whole thing was like we should have at least asked for Lenin's fucking corpse on top of that. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, at least we could have got a future spy to be named later.
Or, like I said, Lenin's dead body that they have in Leningrad. I think that's where it is. It would make sense.
A case of vodka would.
Or is it in Moscow?
Throw in a case of vodka too.
Is Lenin's body on display in Moscow?
I don't know. It's one of the two. I think
it might be Moscow.
Maybe it is. All right.
But they should have had that, and then they should have put it side by side with fucking Joe Biden and seen how many people could tell the difference.
Well, for one, Biden wouldn't understand where he's at.
I know. Lenin's body is much more lively.
He'd probably think Lenin was alive. Let's be honest.
What's the difference between anal sex and a microwave?
Anal sex and a microwave. I don't know. Tell me, Travis.
Microwave doesn't brown the meat.
Even
though it would.
Does it come out real hot on the outside and cold on the inside?
Why can't an orphan play baseball?
Why?
Doesn't know where home is.
That's one of your better ones.
What's one of the good things about being an orphan?
What?
Every bag of chips is family sized.
Okay. Are we done?
How do you name babies in China?
Didn't we already cover this?
No, that was the premature baby.
Okay. Baby. How do we name what?
Throw the silverware drawer down the stairs.
I think I've heard that one before. I think that might be older than me.
Yeah, probably.
But I will not partake in this racist rant of yours now.
I tell it all the time. My favorite, what is, I guess, supposed to be a racist joke, I don't find racist at all. What do you call a little Mexican?
Oh, you told me this.
I know. Oh, it's not racist. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's not a racist joke.
As soon as you say it, I'll remember.
A paragraph, because he's not an essay yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, if you want racist, I'm just kidding.
Now, if you want racist, Travis has got him loaded up, ready to go.
Everybody knows racist jokes. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And you know what's funny is, like, I don't think I make it a point to make racist jokes that often, but, like, literally, excuse me, usually the people who laugh the hardest at racist jokes are the people who are of the race that the joke is about. Like if I tell a black joke, it kills with fucking any black friends that I've had in my life.
Well, because
it's fucking hilarious.
Because you're not Caucasian.
Which is bullshit. Like, that's so fucking stupid.
Let me tell the same joke.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I agree. Like, if it's a Caucasian person that's fucking racist, yeah. But if it's a fucking Filipino guy that hates black people and he's like, black guy joke, then yeah, I get it.
All right, what actually are we going to discuss for this?
Do we need to take a break for some of our sponsors?
I guess we can fucking take a break.
Might as well before we get into the gushy stuff. This is like 12 minutes of content that I've
Fine, I'm fucking out of here. Fuck this, I'm taking a break. And we're back.
Oh, look at that. With the magic of editing.
Oh, okay. What are we talking about tonight?
Tonight we're going to be talking about Gef the Talking Mongoose.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Spelled Gef.
Okay, that's stupid.
Yes.
Are we have we sunk that low? We're talking about a mongoose.
Well, we didn't have anything else to talk about, and I knew it was something that I could notate in a short period of time.
We have sunk. We are the bottom feeders of the podcast world now. Because we're talking about a talking mongoose.
Oh, random throw-in, though. Did I tell you about the cool shit that was in I have to find out the name of the artist. He's a pop artist. There was some shit that was hanging in the bathroom of the pizza place we had pizza in last night.
What?
It's really cool. He's like a pop artist. So he had one that was, I have pictures of him I can show you later. One was Mr. Redlegs, like, you know that bench by the ballpark that has Mr. Red. Yeah. But he had Peg and Al Bundy sitting next to him, like as figures. He he does that force perception thing where you put something closer to the lens and it. So he did that, and then another one that was in there was what's the big bridge?
Brent Sprint.
Brent Spence.
Brent Sprint. Well, something like
sure, that stupid fucking that big stony fuck. It was that, and then it was like sunset with a Godzilla figure in front of the camera, so it looked like Godzilla was walking across the Ohio River. That was kind of cool. There was fucking who's the baseball player they have the statue of in front of the stadium?
Joe Nuxall?
Is it swinging the bat? Because there's more than one, I believe.
I know they got Nuxall.
Whichever one's swinging the bat, but then he used a fucking Darth Vader action figure.
One of the cut-off sleeves, right?
I think, I don't know.
I forget. Kuklinski or something like that. I don't know.
Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman?
The Iceman, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Ted something or other.
But yeah, so it was him basically having a sword fight with Darth Vader. And then the other one was like
What kind of sword fight? A real sword fight or a
man's duel? And then the other one was
I'm just bringing a dagger.
It was fucking Beavis and Butthead staring at some mural of like that had some women on it. Great stuff. Like I kind of want to get some of his prints. They were really cool.
I'd be bringing a pocket knife to a.
I also kind of want to start doing it. Like I was like, fuck, how much could you sell that shit for? Because I could do that shit. Just get some fucking action figures and just be like, derp.
You could. Moon Unit's here. Welcome, Moon Unit.
The unit of moons. Like and share the video, please, for the love of God, make us famous. All right, so yeah,
Gef.
We're gonna talk about Gef. My name's Gef.
Who's the talking mongoose?
We'll see. We'll get into that.
Okay,
We're gonna start this with James and Margaret Irving. James and Margaret Irving lived on an old farmhouse at Cashin's Gap near the hamlet of Dalby on the Isle of Man.
Were they eating the mushrooms in the cow poop?
I don't know what you eat in the Isle of Man.
I would hope if there's hearing talking mongooses, they're eating mushrooms out of the cow patties.
Yes. So they lived in this farmhouse. Again, I like saying this whole fucking location. At Cashin's Gap near the hamlet of Dalby on the Isle of Man.
I think I met her one time.
Real bitch.
She's a hoe.
Fucking whore. They also lived there with their daughter, Voirrey. It's Voirrey. Yeah, we got interesting names all afoot. Now, in September of 1931, the Irving family claimed they heard persistent scratching, rustling, and vocal noises behind their farmhouse's wooden wall paneling. That sometimes resembled the sounds of a ferret, a dog, or a baby.
A dog or a baby? I'm sorry.
A ferret, a dog, or a baby, depending on the time.
I got a little...
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, I can't...
So basically, we break that down to they had themselves a fucking vermin problem.
Yeah, a vermin.
They were thinking it might be a weasel or a stoat, which a stoat is like a weasel-like animal. They're kind of cute.
I'm just learning somewhat.
Yes.
A weasel like a ferret?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
So there's weasels and then there's stoats.
This is already worth the price of admission.
I know, right?
I've learned so much.
They set traps to try to catch the little fucker that was causing all this ruckus within their home. And because clearly, as anybody who has owned anything or rented or had any type of dwelling, they know that they were clearly worried because there was probably some little fuzzy Richard Gere best bud butt plug looking fuck rolling around.
Implying
that Richard Gere felches? I'm pretty sure he admitted to it.
Okay.
But clearly, as we all know, they're going to scratch shit up or chew on it, or worse off, the worst case scenario, they're going to piss and shit everywhere, and then it's going to destroy everything fucking anyway. As is tradition. So, or as I put in here, of course, the poo-poo and pee-pee.
Right.
Yeah. So, which leads me to another thought. I remember I had a hamster when I was a kid.
Do I want to hear the rest of this fucking story?
Well, it depends on which story.
I will take a break myself and walk out.
Well, I loved this hamster. It lived for a ridiculously long time for a hamster. I'm pretty sure this hamster lived for like 8 years.
That is fucking impossible.
I'm pretty sure. I can't. My dates might be a little off, but like it lived for multiple years.
That would mean it would be
unless my parents I could see my parents just getting a different one, but if they did, they
matched very well.
Yes, and just behaviorally even, because this hamster was cool as fuck. Like I could do anything I wanted. Her name was Goldine, after a Pokemon, because it was a gold hamster. Creative, right? Yeah, this little bitch, like, I loved this fucking thing, and like she knew exactly where my anal G spot was.
Oh, I knew I should have left when I.
But fucking
God.
She used to crawl through that. She used to crawl through my butt caverns like Andy Dufresne crawled out of that prison.
Just does every kid? I had several hamsters. Also, they never did that.
I bet you did.
I had hamsters up until the time
well, they were cheap. I mean, you get a hamster for what, like $8 back in the day.
Yeah. Till one ate the other one. I said, "Okay, I'm out. I'm done."
We also had that problem because I had my gold hamster. We had some dwarf hamsters at one point. They were mean. Dwarf hamsters are fucking mean.
I had a rabbit once.
I had one, dude. I finally his name was Tiny. I finally bonded with him like right before he died. He would just like bite anything that came near him, and then like I fed him, and like he just stayed in a room by himself because he was just fucking mean and he wouldn't die.
Die.
So like, and then I like put my finger up on the little dome where he hung out, and like he would just sit there like. And he would lick my finger, and I was like, "You do have a soul. Fuck you!" And then I fucked right up the butthole.
Okay, can we get back to Gef the Talking Mongoose?
Oh, I'm not even done with my story because this reminds me of fucking my hamster when I was a wee child in one of the few situations where she was not jammed up my rectum.
Oh, yeah. Ow.
She was a fucking escape artist, dude. Like literally, I saw this little bitch literally like snake her mouth open. And like up against the flat fucking plastic wall of one of those things. And she just did that until she got through. And then because I was a kid and I didn't have the money for a new enclosure at the time, I just put a fucking like encyclopedia or some shit up against it for the time being until I could cut some grass and get some money for a new one. She chewed through like half the encyclopedia. She went through the wall. She had been up my ass a couple times. And then, like, by the time I realized what was going on, I didn't have to change the bedding in the fucking cage because it was everything from fucking anteaters and aardvarks all the way to about, I'd say, like, gharials in that encyclopedia. But this goes further.
I just want to
just like that hamster went up my ass.
To the viewers and the listeners, this is not true. Travis did not do this.
Okay. So... No, there was this one time.
Send your emails to him.
There was this one time. This fucking little heifer, like, she gets out, and then like I'm like, fuck, she's out. Where is she? Can't find her. Guess what? I don't know if I think my mom was still living with us because I think my mom was the one that discovered. You hear this little on the inside of the fucking wall in the kitchen. So this bitch got out, went under the fucking oven because we eventually coaxed her out a little bit with some food that we saw she came out from under the oven, and got up in the fucking wall. So now everybody's automatically thinking, they're like, fuck, there's a lot of electrical shit that goes up the wall behind the oven and shit. Problem 1. Problem 2, even though she was my fucking hamster, she was just like me. We used to play a lot. I used to throw her up in the air and she'd tuck up into a ball, and then she'd land and she'd fucking lightning McQueen me. But could not get the fattest hamster ever. Loved food. Like, you know how they stuff food in their mouth and shit? That was like this hamster's fucking favorite pastime. It was me as a little furball fuck. Could not get this bitch to come out of the goddamn wall with no matter what we put down there. And the only time but yet we tried to set up like little fucking Tom and Jerry hijinks traps. Mm-hmm. Never worked because I'd come downstairs like the peanut butter's gone off both the fucking floor and my balls because the dog was not in the fucking wall.
Okay, I don't like the way the story's going.
Never tripped the trap. Tripped the trap and chap. Never once.
She made a run for it.
I don't even remember how I got her out. Like, eventually she just came out, I think, and I just snatched her at the right time. And then she wasn't getting out again because right up the butthole again. And then I called Richard Gere, and I said, hey, Rich, I need some advice on how to wrangle my rodents.
You are aware since you started the story, we've dropped 30% of our listeners.
Well, you have to, trust me, we got some time to fill with this one.
Do we have to fill it with Richard Gearing a hamster? Which story is not true?
Well, the filling goes both ways with that one, if you're thinking about it.
What?
We're filling time, and the hamsters and gerbils fill Richard Gere's asshole.
All right.
I think he did admit to that shit, though.
I just thought that was one of those rumors.
Yeah, but a lot of people thought that Charlie Sheen having AIDS was a rumor, but he's got AIDS hard.
Oh, is he is he knocking on heaven's door, too?
Charlie Sheen's had AIDS for fucking ever.
Yeah, but having
I don't know how he's still alive.
If I'm not correct, having AIDS now isn't like having AIDS back in the late 80s.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean,
they have
either that or Magic Johnson's a Superman.
No, it's pure money is the cure.
That man stay alive. Looks like he can go play 2 periods now at 60 or whatever he is. 60 plus.
Yeah. Did you see Shaq get shoved into the Christmas tree on TV?
Yes, I saw that.
It was fucking hilarious.
I saw a TikTok of it.
All right, let's get back to it. So this whole thing just reminded me of that hamster story. So over time, this little fucker in the wall, whatever it may be, the behavior and the blah, 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 all the fucking sounds got worse, and no trap was working. So James started trying to scare whatever it was out of the walls by like vocally growling and shit when he would hear it,
mm-hmm.
and trying to chase it towards like some type of egress, if you will.
Okay.
That didn't work. So didn't fucking work. Did not get whatever it was out of the walls. So this shit, however, almost very fucking obviously it did not work, as I said. No shit, fucker. And to his surprise, whatever was in the wall started to growl and hiss and shit back at him through the wall.
That's unnerving.
Yeah. That's a little scary. And also, what a cuckold thing of old Jim, whatever the fuck you want to call him. You got flexed on by some type of rodent inside your wall. You were like, get out of my wall. And some fucking assuming rodent, you would assume what you would assume is a rodent, fuck me.
Easy for you to say.
Was just sitting on the other side of your wood pan and they're like, fuck this motherfucker. I'm mad dogging you. That's all I see. Because all animals in stories are like Tom and Jerry animals to me.
Yeah.
And they're like the fucking bulldog. No?
No.
Just like every time one of my friends tells me a story of their childhood, I imagine a small child, but with their current head and voice. It makes everything way funnier. If you think about it.
I'm thinking about it.
I'm thinking about a lot of things.
I got it.
Thinking about getting another hamster here soon.
No, we're not.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pet-free zone.
Yeah, so he got flexed on by a fucking, what you would assume is a rodent. Like, and also, like, it makes sense, but could you imagine how much, like, you would have to be swallowing your pride at that point to risk having somebody walk into the room and you're just over here like, get out of my fucking wall. Like, that's how you get put into a fucking 72-hour hold.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you do that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, at this point, when he started trying to, like, intimidate whatever this thing was, this sound started to move from what would be a normal sound you would think you would get from a critter in your wall to shit sounding like the hissing, the, like, almost barking, sounding like a baby almost, like a baby child.
Okay.
So whatever it was in the wall, it started to progress from making little sounds to sounding like, again, like the baby that I aforementioned. And then over time, it started to imitate the people in the house, like it was learning how to speak English through the walls, like prison style.
No shit.
Yeah.
So it was actually verbalizing.
Yes.
Okay.
Like progressively, like it was learning.
Could it be that...
And almost imitating the individuals.
Could
take out the garbage, James! You just got a fucking rat in your wall. Just, oi! Harder. Is it in yet?
I have a headache. Could it be...
I'm not drunk enough yet.
Wrong hole.
Dad, where's my Butterfinger?
Oh, fuck you.
I fed it to my butthole hamster. Go on. What you were saying.
I don't even know what I was going to say.
So their daughter, Voire, a very interesting name. I'll give her that. She started singing nursery rhymes to the thing in the walls and kind of would be like, can you repeat it back to me? And then whatever the fuck it was, started to recite the shit back to her.
I'm going to go out on a limb saying this wasn't a mongoose.
You would think. Yeah. And here's my other thought.
I had a little person living in the wall.
My first bullet point on that is the fuck ? And my second is an interesting thought that we have to bring up now. What do you think she really said to it?
She was talking.
If you had a repeating aminal in your house, in your wall, you're not, and your parents aren't around, you're not singing nursery rhymes to it. You're like, fuck shit balls ass. Fuck shit balls ass.
What year was this again?
31 is when it started.
1931.
1931.
Oh, so
yeah.
Great
So
Depression.
common era.
Okay.
Say tiddlywinks.
I don't know.
Or it's the UK, so like, say plonker.
Bollocks.
Say bellend.
I don't know where this is going.
I'd say she might be like, say cunt, but like over there, cunt isn't even a fucking bad word. It's like fucking saying, hey, pal.
That is one of those... I don't understand that.
What?
Why
it's so bad here, but it's like just thrown around like it's fucking nothing everywhere else.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it has a lot to do with everything. Like, it's just like sexuality is much more taboo still in the States than it is in Europe and shit like that.
Them goddamn pilgrims.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, the Puritans come over. You know, this was... Let's be honest.
Fuck you.
This country was founded on, Puritan, religious, whatever. Yeah. And that's still prevalent today. That's why,
I can move around in this new chair so much. I'm loving all these positions. Go on.
It looks good.
Thanks. I got a new chair. I don't have to sit basically on the fucking floor anymore.
That's why he's looking me in the eye and not the nipple.
Right, dude. Oh my god! Like, I didn't even realize how low to the ground I was on my old chair until I went to get up.
Yeah,
I got that long torso. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Long torso, short cock.
Isn't that a song?
I think it's a ZZ Top song.
I think it's a long torso.
Every girl crazy about a short cock man.
Oh, anyway. Okay, so this little girl was
singing nursery rhymes and having them
But
recite
she was
it
really,
back to her.
you know, talking dirty. We know the truth.
Why do mother and father always fight? And then they make up very loudly while they wrestle. Mommy and Daddy like to wrestle. They say they have a ghost in their bed sheets. And father tells her that father really, really wants mother to trim the the landscaping. He keeps complaining about the bush. We don't even have bushes. I don't understand. We've got a bit of grass. That's about it.
Or however you fucking speak Manx, which is one of the languages of the Isle of Man. English or Manx.
I was not aware of it. See,
Yes.
I am learning so much on this podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Manx is. But, I wonder if it's anything like Welsh, because Welsh is its own language as well.
But it isn't very close to English.
I think there's an actual difference. I mean, I'm sure that there's been some crossover, because I mean, it's just like you look at any, like, the Italians now don't speak the same Italian that they spoke in Italy 400 years ago. It just naturally progresses.
Well, hell, we don't
evolves
speak
over
the same
time.
English
Exactly.
we spoke 20 years ago.
I know, like fucking. Could you imagine if George Washington just fucking like time traveled into here and he was like, "Hello, my good fellow. I would like to know where I can partake in a beverage, perhaps an ale or a brandy." And we're just like, "The fuck did you just say to me, dick face?" Listen, you take that fucking toilet paper roll hairdo you got going on. First off, back the fuck up because the powder's getting in my eye. Fuck you. I'm gonna yeet you on down the street, and then you're gonna swag fucking. Are you trying to flex on me, bro? And he'd be like, "That fuck doth thy say to me? I am George fucking Washington. Bow down, whore." And the next thing you know, he's got a fucking record deal.
G-Dub.
What are you going to do this weekend, George? I'm going to roll with my homies down to the inn and have a refreshing libation. I don't know why he talks like that. As if he's a semi-homoerotic English duke. The Duke of Fuckingham. Where's my butthole, hamster? Bring it to me forthwith. You, chambermaid, shoveth mine gerbil into my urethra. I am ready for bed.
Oh, we are so.
It goes off
I've
the
gone
rails
to hell
real quick.
just by association.
Okay, so around this time is when the thing in the walls introduced itself to the family as Gef and told them that he was a mongoose who was born in New Delhi, India in 1852. And according to their daughter Veray, Gef was the size of a small rat with yellowish fur and large bushy tail.
So this was a 79-year-old
Indian mongoose. Yes, he said he was a marsh mongoose.
Marsh
to be exact.
On the Isle of Man.
Yes. I wonder if did he get an accent instantly when he revealed himself?
I'm not getting any bullshit vibes from this story whatsoever.
I know, because an Indian talking mongoose would be like, "My name is Gef. What's your name?" "Gef." "My name is Singh." "No, Gef." With a G and one F.
I did that. I'm bad about that. Back in my previous life, when I had people of Latino descent working for me.
Yeah.
Some of the names, and I'm not the smartest son of a bitch.
Ricardo.
They told me his name, and he worked with me.
What was his name?
Fuck, I don't remember. I said, what is it? He told me again. It's like Adolfo something. I don't, something stupid. I was like, okay,
Adolfo?
Bob. I said, okay, Bob. Let's go, Bob. I called him Bob from then on out.
Gef. That's what she calls Carmi and the
some
bear.
might say that was racist. But I think it would be mean from trying to make my ignorant Caucasian ass try to pronounce that, and I can't roll my fucking R's. And I think
we literally had a fucking friend in like my freshman year of high school that we actually called him Wedge, because before that everybody just called him Jew. Which well, he chose that. That was not a forced.
Well, it was nice
That was not a forced fucking like nickname. He chose the nickname Jew.
Welcome to the Ghost of the Night podcast, who has officially been canceled.
He chose that nickname. He was Jewish, and he chose that nickname. But everybody got in trouble for calling him Jew in school. So
I don't see why.
So we just flipped it and called him Wedge, Jew backwards. And somehow the school never figured that out.
Well, I know what school you went to.
Like literally, we just, hey, what's up, Wedge? Like all the time. But like it was always like that. Like there was also a kid that went by Jew Boy. Again, I didn't choose it. I'm not saying it's politically correct, but
was he of Jewish
religion?
Wedge? Wedge?
Yeah.
He was Jewish?
Yeah, Wedge is Jewish. Jew Boy was not. I don't know how that one came about. Like, I just called him by his name, personally. But there were some people that were like, I'm like, he's not even fucking Jewish, so now you do sound like a fucking anti-Semitic dick. What else was there? Fuck, what was it? Oh, yeah, there was also Russian. He was a Russian exchange student. We just called him Russian.
Hey, Russian.
He wore leather coat. He wore leather jackets and smoked cigarettes outside when we were in high school. True story.
Hey, I'm old enough to... I just missed the
smoking ban?
The smoking pit.
Oh, yeah.
At the high school. By like 2 years.
I mean, they had a fucking, like the senior section of the cafeteria. You could go outside and there's a fucking dumpster corral right next to it. Like, what do you fucking think's gonna happen? One, you're gonna go back there and smoke, and they're gonna be like, "You're caught," and then everybody's gonna go, "Wait, it's the senior section. There's a dumpster corral right here. The camera only goes to this point, and the senior section of the parking lot is literally right there. Can you say skip school?"
But I did not smoke in high school.
I did.
I did not start. I didn't smoke till I was like 23.
I think I started like regularly
23.
smoking. Oh fuck! I was probably 15.
Now, I can almost guarantee in any period in school, you could catch me with a dip in.
See, I was around when they started putting out the snooze packets too, so you didn't have to spit.
Oh, really? They even no. We had to take a piece of paper, roll it up in our hand, and of course I got so good I didn't even fucking spit. Fuck it, just swallow it. Gut. Man.
Spitters or quitters, Phil. I like it.
I take
You'd
it
be popular in prison.
Yeah. I have a nice, pretty ass. Yes, I would be.
Who else was there? There was also DK. That was a good one. You remember DK from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, the Drift King?
No.
We had a kid. I think he was Vietnamese. We called him DK. He kind of looked like the guy.
Really?
Yeah. And he had a little 240 SX and shit. Like, so he was fucking DK.
Well, apparently, once my school split to two, the east side became real racist.
Well, everybody be like, fucking, like Drift King, like Dick King. Take it how you will. Either he's the king of taking dick or he's the king of dick.
However you want.
I'm trying to think if there's any other awful nicknames when we were in high school.
Actually, I
don't think so.
I don't remember having. I don't remember.
I mean, we have Black Nick at the bar I work at. Literally goes by Black Nick. He was the one that was like talks about how they're above quota if there's more than one. If there's another black person in there other than him. And then he's also the one that fucking high-fived the other black guy that was coming into the bar that one night and said, "You're in." Oh man, fucking good times. All right, oh shit. So so at this point, Gef communicated to them that he was. This is a quote from Gef, an extra clever mongoose. And was an earthbound spirit, and also a ghost in the form of a mongoose. And he also once said, "I am a freak. I have hands and I have feet. And if you saw me, you'd faint. You'd be petrified, mummified, turned into stone or a pillar of salt." Jeff's got bars.
Oh, shit.
He's like, stepping up to the rap battle. We got, what's your name, Playboy?
This Gef is...
Gef with a G.
Gef is better than Tarzan at mimicking voices. And now he's writing fucking Shakespeare.
Jane. Tarzan. Jane. Titty.
That's as far as I got in school.
Phil dropped out after sex ed. These are titties. That's a Virginia down there. This is a Pensacola I got between my legs, and you'll never find the fucking it don't exist.
Well, yeah, once sex ed came out, I said I don't need this place. Of course, I have.
I like how you said it and just kept moving. I don't need this place. Of course.
Of course, here recently I've been called. My younger days, people that I was called a hoe. I was like, really? What constitutes a hoe? What is the number that pushes you over? You do one, you're not a hoe. You do the next one, you're a hoe. What's that?
And plus,
number?
I mean, everybody has a hoe stage anyway. Like, I feel like it's part of growing.
And I beg to differ. I was not a hoe. I was deeply in love with every woman I ever had sex with.
I'm assuming we're using deeply sparingly here.
No, not that deep. And it might only been for 30 seconds.
When you're talking about Phil's sex life, when he says deep, we're talking about as deep as a quarter goes on a scratch-off lottery ticket.
We're talking emotional, not physical.
Oh man, whatever. Your emotional and sexual depth is about as deep as Joe Dirt's gene pool.
No, I'm very emotional. I'm an emotional human being. You see the pain in my eyes.
No.
That's just fucking old age. No, but I started thinking about, like, I don't think I only had one, maybe two one-night stands in my life.
I don't think I've ever had a one-night stand.
I'm thinking one. I had one in college.
Like, what are we constituting a one-night stand? Like,
Literally,
you never talked to him again, nothing?
You've never talked to him before. You met him.
I've
tapped
never
that ass, and then never talked to him again.
I've never had I've never had a one-night stand.
I had one, and I was fucking 19, maybe 20.
Fair.
And I want to say maybe there was another time, but I don't think.
Was it a rodent that you put in your rectum and then you never called again because they were dead?
No.
They did that fucking. What did they do?
Yeah,
they went up somebody's ass in a fucking episode of South Park, and there was a fucking like the skeleton of a gerbil around the corner. It's fucking hilarious.
Tyler got my nickname right.
What? Oh, have you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
No.
It's from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I
am the clique commander.
I know. I love.
Not this little fuck. None of you little fucks. He said, let me show you what I like to do with it. He said, I like to grab it, and then I go, you little fuck, and I rub my nose.
I said I was a hoe. I didn't say I was a good hoe. I couldn't find that motherfucker with a roadmap.
What was it? What is the fucking CLIT? What does it stand for in Jay and Silent Bob? I think it's the Coalition for the Liberation of imprisoned tree dwellers or something like that. Anyway, so again, Gef starts talking.
He's telling
him all about himself. So
he's well educated now.
Well, Gef started to be the fucking family therapist. They'd talk to him about their problems and shit. Like, what the fuck? How sad is your life that your shrink is a fucking talking mongoose that lives in your walls?
My shrink's a chupacabra.
How the fuck is that working out for you?
Not very well.
Have you seen her?
She's fine.
She's fine for like a leprosy patient that gets kicked down the stairs once a day.
No, she's just scared
of everything.
Of everything.
She's got a little lazy eye going on. She weighs about as much as my fucking left nut. She's doing great for considering the things she's been through in her life.
Yes, but I think I'm doing very well emotionally with my therapist, Chupacabra.
Your Coalition for the Liberation of Itinerant Tree Dwellers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so Gef the Talking Mongoose became Sigmund Freud, if you will. And I didn't find anything. I really want to know if he, like, his accent changed once he, like, revealed that he was from India.
Now, the girl.
What do you mean that Jeffrey did not call you back this weekend? You had such a lovely time doing fucking nothing because it's the Isle of Man in 1930s. They didn't have the Isle of Man TT motorcycle race there yet, I don't think.
Now, I have a question, though. The girl.
Yes. Veray.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to...
I Googled it and listened to it, but like it had the fucking Google like text-to-speech thing had a fucking English accent.
Okay.
I was like, okay, eat my dick. That helps no one.
Now, she gave a description of Gef.
Gef. My name is Gef.
Gef.
Yes. Hello, my name is Gef. Thank you for calling Microsoft customer support.
Oh, weird. It's been nice talking to you guys.
I mean, I'm just if it's not inaccurate, I mean, how mad can you be?
So I'm assuming.
Thank you for calling technical support. My name is Bob.
I'm assuming.
Fuck it is. How do I fix my computer, dickhead?
I'm assuming Gef exposed himself to her at some point if she's giving us this.
Well, that goes a little further too. We get into that a little bit. There is a sighting at one point.
Well, obviously because she gave everybody a description.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, because Gef lived above her room specifically.
He was watching her flick the bean.
Yeah. So Gef was a fucking an Indian mongoose pervert.
How much
therapist?
How much flicking of the bean and?
Well, mind you, she's only like fucking 13 at the time.
Well, just by the time, depression, didn't have internet.
I don't think I'm pretty sure that it was probably frowned upon. Even though doctors would use fucking vibrators and shit on women as like a cure for stuff. But I mean, they also gave people fucking heroin for having toothaches.
Well, I'm just saying there wasn't much to do back in those days.
I hope there wasn't a lot of bean flicking. Could you imagine how fucking terrible the bedroom would smell?
I'm sure there's a lot of masturbation.
Masturbation.
Got a frog in my throat.
Go on.
No, I'm sure there's a lot of
frog named Jim.
Gef.
Damn it, Gef.
I'm sure there was a lot of masturbation going on back in those days. What else is there to fucking do?
Everything, because we didn't have anything. Plow the field, fucking kill the dog for meat. I don't know.
But how?
But again, I bring it back to, we all know how cleanliness went over the past over the years.
Handful.
Could you imagine how bad bedrooms might have smelled back then if they were flicking their bean all the time? Especially back when people only used to shower like once a year or bathe. It would have to smell like a poorly run Asian fish market in 150-degree weather that you also threw like a flashbang grenade made out of like vinegar.
I have to say this. I am so proud of the people in the chat. You motherfuckers that have held on this long, you are some motherfucking warriors. You've listened to this bullshit for...
it's not just tonight. This is every week, every episode we put out.
We are on a special kind of bullshit tonight.
Oh, yeah, I know. But guys, seriously, that would be awful.
You guys are still here. God love you guys.
Like people make the jokes and shit, and they'll be like, "It smells like sex in here." What did that smell like in like fucking 1642? Just like their definition of it smells like sex in here. It smells like what our definition of like a slaughterhouse and a fucking porta potty mixed together would be.
Yeah, they talked about something like this in a podcast I listened to. I forget which one, but they said it probably wasn't that bad because you weren't aware of it.
Oh yeah,
because
I could see that because I remember when I had that drain bag, like. I would literally ask like my buddy, Cole, like I would be sitting at the bar. I'd be like, dude, how can you stand to sit next to me? And he'd be like, what are you talking about? I was like, this thing fucking stinks. And he would the people would tell me all the time, they'd be like, dude, I don't fucking smell anything. Like, I think it was just because it was my body. You know what I'm saying? Like I noticed it for some reason, even though nobody around me could fucking tell.
Plus, if everybody's not using fucking deodorant, BO's all over the place.
It just smells like shit all over the place.
Shit doesn't smell like shit,
God, I bet you flowers. I bet you like roses smell like right now. Could you imagine how fucking like you're just in fucking 1492? You're just taking them and shoving them up your nose because you're like, it smelleth so divine.
Moon Unit's not leaving.
I'm not leaving. All right, Tom Brady,
sticking around.
I was working out for Tom Brady. Tampa. Boo.
Oh, he's having a bad time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kyler Murray, torn ACL.
He's out for the year, right?
Yep. That sucks. Anyway, so, again, as I was just saying, Gef became the therapist of the family.
The Dr. Phil.
What I would like you to do is close your eyes, and we're going to talk about your childhood. We're going to unlock all of the deep, dark secrets about your uncle that you don't want to talk about.
How does that make you feel?
I have the key to unlock your memories.
We're going to do a test. Just listen to the clock. You're getting very sleepy. Your butthole is getting very loose and frothy.
Here we fucking go. How come it always goes... I'm a little worried. It always goes to buttholes with you. I'm going to have to start sleeping on my back.
Okay, I think the patient's out. Secretary, bring me the big cucumber.
The cucumber. Cucumber.
Don't bring the big one.
And also, apparently, Gef went all over the island of Man to get all the juicy facts and all the deets on the population, and he would report back to the Irvings about it. He was a fucking bitch.
Gef was a woman.
We both know men are just as guilty of that shit.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I never gossip. I spit fast.
Motherfucker, you drink where I work. Tell me, I work there, and you still come home every once in a while. You're like, did you hear about this? Oh, fuck you. You are such a fucking liar. So he would report back to them with the juicy deets, and he would also alert them when an unexpected visitor or an unfamiliar dog would come by the house.
Well, I think a dog would be a problem for Gef.
That makes sense. For Gef the Talking Mongoose. Oh, no, he's Mexican now.
He went from Indian to Mexican. He's going to go to Australian, and then maybe Austrian.
I haven't heard from Gef in a while. Has anybody talked to him? Sorry, I was at my niece's quinceañera. Yo quiero Taco Bell, motherfucker.
Oh, goddamn.
So they also said that if someone had forgotten to put out the fire at night, Gef would go down and stop the stove from burning the house down.
So Gef would piss on the fire.
How else? What else is he gonna do? He's a fucking mongoose.
I know. I mean, it sounds to me like Gef.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, he's gonna try to be helpful, and they're gonna wake up because they hear a thud, and they go downstairs, and Jeff's just smashed by the fire poker because he tried to pick it up.
I sound like Gef should be on the fucking payroll.
Right?
He's more productive than their fucking kids.
Well, they also, the Irvings also claimed that Gef would wake you up if you overslept. And whenever mice got into the house, Gef supposedly assumed the role of the cat. But he preferred to scare them rather than kill them.
So Gef identified as a cat.
Yes. They also claimed that they would give Gef biscuits, chocolates, and bananas, and food was left for him in a saucer suspended from the ceiling, which he took when he thought that no one was watching. So they had those fucking squirrel feeders in their house. But for Gef the Talking Mongoose from Delhi, India. New Delhi, sorry. Bing, 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 bing.
We might as well. Who haven't we offended this evening already?
Pick them out. I'll make it happen. Who do we got? Women? You want to hear a sexist joke? Why don't women need the driver's licenses?
Why do they or don't
Why
they?
don't they?
Why don't they?
There's no roads between the laundry room and the kitchen. See, I think I also don't mind throwing this bullshit out there because, like, everybody knows I'm a feminist. Equal rights and lefts. Equal rights, equal fights.
You're such an asshole.
No, I'm just very transparent about the fact that, like, I'm not, like everybody's like, like, I've literally been asked if I was racist before. I was like, are you shitting me?
You're part Japanese.
I can't take the time to hate one person more than the other one. Everybody fucking sucks. No. Everybody fucking sucks. Gay people should be able to get married. I don't give a fuck what you got between your legs or what you want me to call you. I don't give a shit. Women should be able to do all the jobs men do and get paid the same. Fuck off. Like, I don't, like, how do you feel about women's suffrage? Why are they suffering? What are they suffering from? And then people are like, that means voting. And I'm like, well, fuck me. Let them vote. Don't give a shit. Let black people vote. Let Mexican people vote. Fuck it. Let the Russians vote from Russia. I don't give a shit. No, it's not true. Pardon me. But no, I do. Like, I hate when people are like, oh, that's fucked up. Fuck you.
Why can't we all just get along?
Like, what do I say every time about racist jokes, especially when people want to make Asian jokes about me? If I'm going to see the humor in it and laugh about it, how much fucking power does it have to affect my life?
Well, exactly. You only give it power when you bitch about something.
Exactly. Like, half the time, the people bitching about these things are not the people involved.
You know who's fucked up this?
It's fucking white ladies that live in the fucking neighborhoods. It pisses me off. Oh my God. Like, fucking white women, middle-aged white women get offended for me. Well, not anymore, because I'll be like, fuck off. But, like, white women have been offended on my behalf so many times. I'm like, what the fuck what dog do you have in this race, Stephanie? Like, oh, are you here to stand up for the plight of the Japanese American U.S. citizen? Thanks. I've been waiting for you're not the hero that Jap Americans need. You're the one we deserve. Now pass the White Claws, bitch.
Oh, fuck me.
The fuck?
Oh, God, I'm so fucked right now.
Oh, God, Gonzo's in the live stream. Let's talk about Puerto Rican problems now, too. The sun being out too much while you try to stab people.
Yeah, let's get back to Gef, the talking goddamn mongoose.
I'm just kidding. I love everybody, and everybody also kind of sucks. That's where we find peace. Is everybody's trying to act like they're better? No. We all fucking suck. Human beings suck fat fucking life dick.
Some suck it better than others.
Gawk.
And some don't finish.
Spitters or quitters. Phil already admitted that. Phil never spits. He always swallows. I don't know why. But, So, on top of all this shit about, chasing off mice, alerting them about visitors and dogs, Gef would also accompany the daughter. I'm done trying to say her name. He would accompany the daughter. Oh, that bitch, ODB, old dirty bastard, or oh, that bitch. But Gef would also accompany their daughter to the market and shit like that around town. And he would talk to her, but he would always stay out of sight. He would duck behind the bush, if you will. Because rodents like to go into human orifices, so he would duck behind the bush. Or hide behind a little cobblestone fence or whatever the fuck, so people couldn't see him. But people around the town actually noted and said that they saw her talking to someone when she would be walking around by herself. And allegedly, there would be responses, and her mouth wouldn't be moving. Because we'll talk, we can talk about it now. Like, it's not really, there's not much to this story. But, like, there was a big, basically, ventriloquism, or ventriloquist. I don't know if it's ventriloquism. Yes, it is. That is a word.
It is. There was
a big theory that it's just basically ventriloquism that she's doing. This girl,
right?
Because it all centers around the girl. He lives above her room. She's the one that he prefers to talk to.
Did her daddy love her, or maybe loved her a little
too much? What was Uncle Bob like?
Because I'm starting to smell the fishy story here, and it's not her.
Jesus. But yeah, that was the thing. Like, that was the resounding theory with this whole fuck off dumb fucking story about this talking fucking mongoose and this girl with a weird name, was that she basically was just a very good ventriloquist.
She was a Jeff Dunham of the 1930s.
Dunham. Jeffa. Stupid. I'm sorry. I don't understand why he was so fucking popular. Like, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I just don't think he was that funny.
The first time you see it, it's kind of funny.
Well, like, Jose the Jalapeno on a Stick, fuck that whole bit. Now, Ahmed the Dead Terrorist
that is
fucking
some
funny.
Hilarious shit.
That shit was funny. Him and the old guy.
Yeah.
Peanut, whatever. Yeah. But Ahmed the Dead Terrorist and whatever the old man's name was.
He eventually brought his son into it, Ahmed's son.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I think I did see that. But the best part was like when he said Ahmed, he said no, it's Ahmed. He's like, how do you spell that? He said A C Flam. But that was always my favorite. That was the one part that got me even in my younger years. Was he said Ahmed.
Yes. Okay.
Muhammad.
Get into
Is Muhammad still the most popular name in the world?
I do not know this.
It was for the longest time. Okay. So
I think it's Phil now.
Dr. Philip on you?
Because of my vast fan club.
Yeah. So amongst all this, like she said that he would just talk incessantly when they would go to the town for something. Like he would just not shut the fuck up. So leading me back to what I was literally about to say. That's leading me back to a fucking teenage girl that can do ventriloquism.
That's got my vote right now.
She's just like,
oh my God, Jeffrey, I cannot believe that Tyler did not contact me via the Campbell's soup can with the long string on it last night. We were supposed to talk for hours in our bedchambers. And he's like, and then she's just sitting there, oh yeah, that's fucking crazy. What a dickhead.
Like the fucking old lady from Shrek. He was like, he can talk. A talking donkey? Now that's something would be interesting. She said, talk, damn it. She said, oh, I love to talk. So yeah, I'm really kind of on board with this whole ventriloquism thing. Now, with all these shenanigans that Gef would pull around the house and throughout town, which he referred to them as lighthearted devilment.
Lighthearted devilment.
What the fuck? That sounds like softcore bondage. Well, are you ready for your lighthearted devilment?
I'm down.
Oh. For lighthearted devilment or softcore bondage?
Either or.
Alrighty then. If anybody out there wants to bond Phil, hit us up. gitnpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your hourly rate, and I don't know how that shit works. If you're a dominatrix in the Dama Matrix. Dahmer Matrix. New fucking movie idea. I'm pitching it to the Weinsteins.
Fuck me.
What? We're already talking about putting gerbils up our ass.
Oh, Lord, have fucking mercy.
Fuck Harvey Weinstein. Real piece of shit. We should do an episode on that cocksucker.
We could do that.
He was a fucking piece of shit. Like an exceptionally large one, even in Hollywood. So there was one morning that you asked about this earlier, but there was one morning or early afternoon where James saw this big fuck off striped cat outside. Just big, dumb, grizzly looking fuck. They didn't have a cat.
The plot
thickens, much like dehydrated semen.
That's like flaky, not thick.
No, I'm talking about like a dehydrated person's.
Oh.
It's like Elmer's glue.
I guess.
Spider-Man. Hey, Clarice. Spider-Man. What?
Nothing. I'm just.
She did get Spider-Man by that one guy in Silence of the Lambs.
I know.
That one shocked me when I was like, I'd never thought about it until I watched it like a handful of years ago. I was like, he just fucking threw cum on her.
I watched it just.
God damn.
I watched it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Or
I did. Like, I didn't put two and two together until I was.
Friday? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put two and two together on that one until I was in my 20s. I was like, he just fucking threw a handful of nut at her. God damn. Like, that's fucking rude. You didn't even ask first. Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, if you're going to be a piece of shit, excuse me, ma'am. I'm not going to take up much of your time. But the next time you come, would you mind if I threw a handful of my ejaculate at you? Just a little splash. It'll be no more than a dash of cologne or fucking perfume before you leave the house. But it's gonna smell like bleach, and it's gonna be really gross.
Yeah, I watched it. I think it was Friday. Maybe it was Friday or Saturday. I watched it.
Watched Friday After Next with the better half recently. I was like, we're going to watch my Christmas movie. Yeah, it is one of my Christmas movies. There's that one. There's...
Here's the age-old question, though.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Thank you.
Yes, before you... I already know the question.
Because if you said it wasn't, you must move out right now. Not even finished in the
podcast.
It
is. Like, it is a fucking Christmas movie. What other good Christmas movies are there? Friday After Next is a classic. Die Hard. Fucking the original Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Like, it really, actually a Christmas movie. One of my favorite ones from when I was a kid. Like, that's such a fucking good... I love that movie. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and the second one's pretty good. After the second, it started... I mean...
When they had the robot him and shit.
That was the...
third one, I think, with Jack Frost.
With Martin Short.
It was Martin Short. Yeah. What other? Any other?
Well, you can't beat
Backdoor Sluts 9. Best Christmas movie.
Santa Does the Reindeer. Yeah.
Grandma got a train run on her by the reindeer. Ugh. Did you know? I ever told you about that interesting evolutionary fact about reindeer and caribou?
What?
About their the veins and arteries in their legs run abnormally close to each other, so that the blood exiting and being pumped from their heart runs close enough that it slightly warms up the returning blood, so that it does not send their heart into a state of shock when it goes back through, so it's not too cold.
You know what? We just do not cuss and talk about shoving hamsters up asses.
I do love that I just sound like a fucking really stupid person. Caught myself.
Now you got to wade through some really horrible shit to get to those diamonds.
Just like my sex life with myself. I got to pull out the handfuls of shit before I can find my hamster.
You, I'm not a big... I always did like, the...
Why does my stomach sound like the Predator?
I don't know. I'm looking for that little red triangle dots.
That's not a fart. Crisis averted.
I was never... when I was younger, I liked, the Frosty the Snowman. Those little short... They come on every... like CBS.
Yeah, like
those
fucking
the claymation
Rudolph
shit.
the Rain, all that
it's
shit.
all right.
Yeah.
And I watched it when my kids were younger.
Nightmare Before Christmas for me, just because when I grew
I
up.
watched it for nostalgic purposes. Mm-hmm. I can't watch it now. But I was talking to somebody about this the other day.
Elf.
Fuck Elf. I can't stand that movie.
Really? I love Elf. Well, it's for the stupid parts of it.
There's a story why I don't like it. It has nothing really to do with the movie. And we all know I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan.
I love Will Ferrell.
I took my oldest daughter to that when it came out, when it was in the theaters.
Santa!
Yeah. When it was in the theater, so whatever year that was, 2005, 6.
I was gonna say, I know. I think I was in high school when it came out. If I wasn't, I was fresh out because I graduated.
Hell, my youngest might even not have been born yet.
I graduated 2008. I'm pretty sure that it was.
So it was like 5 or 6, and my oldest was the mama's girl because I worked a lot. So I wanted to do something with my daughter.
Yeah. Tyler's talking about Jack Frost.
Not a bad movie, though.
Which one? The horror movie or the... See, you're thinking... That one actually was... But we can talk about that at the end of the show. Remind me that we're going to break down fucking Michael Keaton.
I took her to see Elf.
Yeah.
I've never seen the end of Elf because she wanted to go see her mom. She missed her mommy. So I had to leave in the middle.
You've never seen the end of it? That's why you hate it, because you didn't get to conclude it.
No, just because that pissed me off. I was like,
is it candy canes, candy corn, and syrup?
My daughter hates me. She'd rather be with her mother. Fuck this. Now, a few years later, I took her. This is why it's my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Well,
what?
Polar Express.
It's kind of creepy, though, if you watch it and really pay attention to it.
I took her to see...
Rockin' fucking musical bits.
I took her... I said, okay, whatever. This is probably 2000... This might have been 2005, 2006, whatever. I said, I'm going to give it another fucking shot. So I said, I'm going to ace up the fucking hole here. 3D.
So you can see Tom Hanks's pedophile penis coming at you.
The snowflakes looking like spooge coming at you. And we made it through the whole thing.
Spooge. Haven't heard that one in a while.
Well, how old will I be on this weekend?
162.
Yes, very close.
Maybe in months.
Maybe, but we made it through and I've saw it all. So that is my favorite. I can watch that every time. Like
it's kind of like Polar Express is kind of like creepy, almost like
little
frightening,
little kidnappy.
Yeah, There's some trafficking going on there.
Substitute white panel van for a train. Yeah,
like Polar Express from Croatia to Western Europe, if you will.
Yeah, but I will say this: my favorite Christmas movie of all time, right now, comedy. I've watched it 3 times. For Christmas. I've watched it 3 times already this year.
I know. I've seen you. Christmas Vacation obviously is a classic. A Christmas Story is obviously a classic.
Yeah.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Not a big fan.
But I give it its due because it's like the first major motion picture Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Striptease. G.I. Jane.
Are we just going to name all?
No, these are the best Christmas movies. That's what we're doing now.
We're naming all Demi Moore movies now?
The Patriot. You're my child! That's a good movie, though. Mine is Mel Gibson's rampant anti-Semitism.
Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, fair.
What was that, December 4th?
Fair. What was the... But seriously, though, what was the one with Arnold? Like, he spent the whole movie trying to get that toy for his little boy. It had Sinbad in it.
What was the name of that?
Sinbad was a mailman. Fuck. What the fuck? Jingle All the Way.
Yes, Jingle All the Way. Yes.
I'll Be Home for Christmas, starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
That one was pretty good. 8 Crazy Nights, the animated Adam Sandler movie. I actually do like that movie. I've watched it a shitload of times. It's got hilarious musical numbers in it. I can't really... I mean, there was a Land Before Time Christmas movie. I can't fucking remember, though. I feel like we're missing, just, the movie. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas, just because I'm a 90s kid.
Oh, speaking of it, you know what I'm recording right now on the DVR? I guarantee it.
What?
Polar Express.
Man, you're really buying into this fucking... It really is a very... human trafficking vibe from that movie.
It's a little Epsteinish.
A little bit.
A little Epsteinish.
There's a little. I mean, that third. I mean, it's like there's the engine, the dining cart, or the engine, the coal car, the dining car, and then the fucking adrenochrome extraction car.
Tyler mentioned Christmas Carol. You never seen Christmas?
I think
surely you've seen Scrooge with Bill Murray.
I don't have the best Christmas experience overall. I didn't have like a bad Christmas child in my childhood, but I've seen
Prancer
a Christmas
with
Carol.
Sam Elliott.
Dude, do you have to curse so much? I've seen Christmas Carol. I just don't.
Okay.
Remember it.
I got an idea. Let's continue this conversation next week.
What do you think Jeff's favorite Christmas movie was? Is there an Indian Christmas movie?
I do not think. Do they celebrate? Do the Hindus?
Santa Baba's coming to town. Ooh, Santa Baba.
God. All right, let's finish up with Jeff. We are running long on this. Man. We're an hour and a half.
It's Christmas in Bali.
We didn't think we were going to get past an hour on this episode. We're at an hour and a half.
It's because we've been fucking off the whole time. It's been kind of fun, though. I've enjoyed it. Where was I? The cat. The big fucking cat that he saw that they don't have. His daughter, Voorhees. She also saw the cat, and they specifically noted that it was dumb big for a cat. It was not house cat size. And it had this big ass fuck off bulldog head almost. Like a big square chomper motherfucker.
So we're dealing with cryptids now.
Right? You're dealing with a wampus cat. Like some shit I don't know, fucking... Or your wife's pussy. I don't know. Because clearly, this lady was not the most attractive fucking woman. She lives in a farmhouse on an island between fucking England and Scotland. not a good start. You kind of look like it looks like somebody mixed. She looks like somebody mixed Val Kilmer now with like mushed together with a human asshole.
With a hamster in it?
And actually, if I'm being honest, I did see one picture of her. Like, she surprisingly was not a awful looking human being, which her mouth wasn't open though, so she is European, and that's coming from two people that do not have the best grills. So, yeah, basically we're dealing with a cryptid at this point, allegedly. Now, James did try to chase the super pussy with his gun.
Super pussy?
And,
the super pussy?
Yeah. To save himself the issues of having a large unknown feline causing damage and ruckus around their property, because I'm assuming they lived in a farmhouse. I would assume they did have chickens. I know for a fact they had chickens. I would assume they have other livestock.
Kids, don't put chickens up your ass. They will.
Don't put cocks up your ass.
No.
Don't let the super pussy eat your cock.
We're talking about chickens still, right? Are we talking about chickens and furry animals?
Where am I?
I don't fucking know.
I get on the Polar Express and now I'm here with a strange old white man. Not again.
Welcome.
So understandable, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to kill the super pussy that's trying to eat your cocks.
I kill it all the time.
You're trying to kill the big-headed striped super pussy that's trying to eat your fucking your chickens.
Knocking the backside out of it.
But he, for no fathomable reason, he lost the trail of this thing. He said it was not far in front of him while he was tracking it, like going after it. Like, he could see it.
Super pussy's hard to catch.
Which, like, my whole thing is, yeah, like, super pussy don't play no games.
No.
Super pussy ain't about that bullshit. Super pussy's bitches best be wearing jimmies. Bring super pussy as gat, you punk ass bitch. Will Ferrell. But also with this story, the first thing I think of is, like, it's within, if you can see it while you're following it, just shoot the goddamn thing. It's clearly not that fucking far away. Like, what do you have, two lazy eyes? You can't fucking shoot a gun?
You know, it's sometimes hard to aim correctly with super pussy.
I guess. His cock's just going off in the background.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Stupid fucking.
Speaking of that, somebody's got a cock down here that's pissing me off.
Yes, they do. I hear it every once in a while in the mornings. So, now when James was telling his wife about the pit bull tiger bobcat that he saw in their yard.
Pit bull tiger bobcat?
Gef then informed the family that it was, in fact, himself that the father and daughter had seen that day. Yes.
So Gef is a shapeshifter.
Gef is the super pussy. Gef is the pit bull tiger bobcat super pussy. And he likes to eat cocks.
Gef's got a lot of shit going on.
Yes. Now, Varay, the daughter, she, like I said earlier, was just kind of dead center of this whole thing. Because, again, Gef lived above her room in the attic. It was like a crawl space. It was like a little area.
Okay. I think we got Gef in your room.
I'm gonna kill. I'm not gonna kill, but if I fucking see that cat, it's getting shot in the ass with a fucking.
Is it still running around up there?
Yeah, every night.
I don't think it's a cat.
You don't think?
I think it's a squirrel.
It sounds pretty loud to be a squirrel. I think it's a cat that gets up there trying to get the squirrels in that tree.
It's a super pussy.
There's a super pussy on my roof. It sounds like it tries to get in the door that's in my room, the door that goes outside.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Or like it probably just fucks around on that little deck, which we need to fix that deck. It's a fire hazard.
You can't jump 3 feet?
Do you want me to cause a fucking tsunami in Japan, motherfucker? Do you see me?
What is this, a butterfly fucking effect?
3 feet. Like, my big ass reaches terminal velocity in 6 fucking inches. Like, by the time I hit the ground, there's going to be an earthquake in Japan and China. There's going to be a fucking split between the land, like the holy gods are coming down and hell's opening up. Are you shitting me? We're going to lose half the population of the neighborhood to a fucking landslide into a fucking sinkhole from my big ass land in there. I'm not even gonna. You're not even gonna hear anything. It's just gonna. Oh, I'm just gonna fucking. I'm gonna end up fucking cause. That's how Mel's hole happened. Somebody my size dropped down about 2 feet, and just a seismic anomaly happened. The next thing you know, you're like, oh, there's the devil's house. So anyway, so like I said, he lived above her room. He definitely preferred to speak to her, almost exclusively, and he would stay out of sight and walk only with her when she went to town. He wouldn't go to town with the other members of the family. And this leads me back to, this is when people around the town started commenting and noticing that she was talking to somebody, and there seemed to be somebody talking back, but allegedly her mouth was not moving, according to the townsfolk. Because this was considered, I believe one of the headlines was, a queer mystery was afoot in the town.
Did you say queer?
Yeah.
Mystery?
It wasn't, that's not verbatim. Don't get me wrong. Don't take that as the word of God, even though it is me. Now, as this time went on and everything progressed, Gef actually kind of turned into started turning into kind of a fucking dickhead.
Well, most super pussy does.
Yeah. Super pussy will ruin everything.
Super pussy ruins lives.
Super pussy ruined the cocks.
Trust me.
Anyway. So, yeah, he started being a fucking dick. He started, like, making threats to the family, throwing stones and shit, and just being an overall furry fuckface of a mongoose.
So,
there's some fucking alliteration for you. Furry fuckface.
So, basically, Gef wasn't a mongoose. He was a cat. Just being an asshole.
Well, I mean, which is odd, because somewhat of a relative of the mongoose, most people think is a dog.
That's true. It is.
The hyena.
And hyenas are assholes.
Yeah.
And if the Lion King taught us anything, that hyenas are assholes.
And the girls have huge clitorises. They do. Their clitorises imitate a male's penis. It's a show of dominance.
I'm going to.
Same. Doesn't have to be a big one, but same.
I'll share with you something I saw online off camera.
Stormy Daniels fucking twat?
No. And I don't even want to. I'm not going to bring it up on the live stream.
Maybe on the.
It's a Patreon. We'll talk about.
Are we doing? We're not doing Patreon tonight. We can do one this weekend if you want.
Yeah, we'll do one this week.
Okay.
Or maybe. I might not be in good enough condition.
Oh, that might be the perfect time to do it. You drunk as fuck. We'd have to bleep out so much. When Phil gets drunk, racial slurs start falling out of his mouth like fucking Chipotle shit falls out of my mouth.
Kanye got nothing on me.
Oh, that fucking idiot. Well, maybe we'll talk about that later. So they started.
I'm joking.
It got to the point where they started worrying about their daughter because of Gef, the talking Indian mongoose. I guess he couldn't get her laptop fixed. They decided to move Veray out of that room into their room to try to distance her from this.
Daddy wanted to be closer.
Of a fucking right. Polar Express. Dad vibes. As in, never mind. That's too far. Too far.
Too far.
Now, when they started moving and disassembling her furniture to make this transition out of the room, Gef got pissed. So he was in the walls throwing a little fucking furry fuckface hissy fit. Bitching and moaning about what they were doing, making threats and talking just a whole lot of mongoose shit to him. And then Gef, in a very angry and malicious voice, which was apparently also pretty high pitched, yelled through the walls,
"I'll follow her wherever you move her."
Little stalkery. Just a bit. You got a fucking Indian, or I'm sorry,
"I'll follow her wherever you move her." Did you try unplugging her and plugging her back in?
Oh, we are so fucked.
Did you wait 10 seconds before you plugged her back in?
If we had more than 100 people listening to us, we would be canceled.
I'm worried about like if we actually get like legitimately popular, like we're gonna have to fucking tone it down a little bit.
We're just lucky that the people that do watch us and listen to us
understand us
are obviously just as fucked up as we are.
Yeah, well, I try to make it a point to point out that I'm not I love fucking Indian people.
I don't like Indian food.
I do. I fucking love
fuck
it.
You.
Oh, I'll fuck me up with that tikka masala, daddy.
I walk in here and
as long as there's naan bread.
I walk in here and I smell that shit, I'm gonna go off.
You know it's gonna happen.
I know.
You're gonna come home and I'm gonna have fucking tikka masala on my nipples and fucking one little cube of paneer cheese in my belly button. Just waiting for Gef to come and get it.
Gef, come and get it.
Hello, fat boy. You know what Gef likes. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding.
Oh, fuck me.
That's the sound his Prince Albert makes when he helicopter dicks. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding.
Oh, god damn.
I'm about to get chicken tikka masala up in those guts, boy.
I thought you just said you didn't want to do a shit show tonight.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, townspeople around here started to throw out the idea that Gef might be a poltergeist. Because all of this activity that is being proposed is centering around a adolescent, yes, prepubescent or pubescent girl, which yes, anybody who knows anything about this shit or listens to us, has listened to us enough, that is a
red flag.
Yes, that's par for the course, if you will, with a poltergeist. Poltergeists are very often
they're a little stalkerish and pedophilish. It has to be a.
Well, I was gonna say they're very often accompanied, or they often accompany or manifest around prepubescent and pubescent females.
Right, and plus there's also that theory that the female is actually projecting it.
Yes,
is actually creating it, which kind of goes along with
the tulpa effect as well.
Correct, which goes along with Gef.
Yeah. Basically, this little bitch lived in the middle of nowhere and
when she got moved to Daddy's room, Gef
started all the bad thing, bad touch.
Gef got pissy with it. She did not want to be
felched.
Yes.
If he's a mongoose, I guess it would be some type of felching.
So her projecting
bestiality.
If she was projecting that, it would be projected through Gef to bite Daddy in the scrotum.
Well, I mean, at least, if she has Gef the Talking Mongoose that's doing all these things, at least they don't have to take her to Build-A-Bear.
That's a good point.
You could have beaten this motherfucker.
Hey, we are a glass half full kind of podcast here.
Shit.
Right now, I'm a glass half empty, so wrap this motherfucker up.
We're getting there. God damn it.
I'm going to go break into that Seagram's VO.
Go for it. Now, when he was asked directly if he was a poltergeist, he said that he is not like a poltergeist. He said, I am not like that, but more of an Indian familiar. So what are you, so you used to belong to a goddamn vampire now? Is that what we're saying? Is there Indian Dracula?
I'm sure there was.
Drac Bender?
Well, Nosferatu, kind of.
Nosferatu.
Kind of has that ring to it.
Drac Niche.
Oh, God, we are so... Luckily, we're not big in India.
The Great... I was trying to work in the Great Khali somehow. I can't think how to put vampire on there. What else is there? Drac Deep. Drac Deep Sing.
I've never been Drac Deep.
Drac Shallow. Drac isn't in yet.
Drac the Tip.
Basically what we're saying is Dracula's fucking teeth are probably bigger than our dicks. It's a thing. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It makes me sad. So the story of Gef became really popular in the tabloid press, and many journalists flocked to the aisle to try to catch a glimpse of this little fucker. Several people, both local and visitors, claim to have heard Jeff's voice, and 2 claim to have seen him.
Oh, of course they did.
However, physical evidence was lacking.
There's always a big old butt.
Well, footprints, stains on the wall, and hair samples claimed to be evidence of Jeff were identified as belonging to the Irving sheepdog.
On the fucking wall?
Yeah, I guess.
The sheepdog fucking...
Stains on the wall.
I thought you meant footprints on the wall.
Sure it wasn't Dad's nut? He colorist it?
Don't
he
black
missed
like
his wife?
Don't black like that fucking place.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. It looked like a murder scene if somebody murdered just a ball, like a Santa sack full of nuts. Ball nuts. Human testicles. So sheepdog, basically. And also several photos which were claimed by the Irvings to be or depict Jeff were also the dog. They really tried really hard on that one. Now, what? Questions?
Well, sheepdogs are pretty big, aren't they?
Bigger than mongoose.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Mongoose are not big.
Right.
Although they are badass as fuck.
They're feisty.
They kill cobras and eat them.
No shit.
Yeah.
Once again, you got to get through that shit to get to the diamonds here.
Ghost of the Night. That's a bad motherfucker. Mama said knock you out. Jeff gonna knock you out.
Okay.
What is
sheepdog pictures.
When you heard me on the radio, I just don't know.
You sound like the guy
what made you forget that I...
That is a perfect imitation of the guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin. The Indian guy who worked in the stockroom.
Oh, the old really foul-mouthed Indian guy. You fucking asshole.
Yes.
Fucking asshole. I used to do a very good Apu Pasa Pima Pepalon from The Simpsons. But he does not exist anymore because Hank Azaria got shut down because they said he was racially whatever the fuck. Because he's not Indian and he played an Indian person's voice for 20 fucking years.
Yes.
And now he doesn't. I don't even think they have the character of Apu in The Simpsons anymore because of that.
I think they did.
It's fucking stupid.
Yes.
Who gives a shit? Oh, nobody gave a fuck when Mickey Rooney did that super racist Asian fucking outfit.
The worst is
John Wayne
doing Genghis Khan.
Yes.
Oh, please.
Eat my dick. Again, back to Jeff. In July 1935, the editor of The Listener, Richard S. Lambert, known as Rex, don't know how that fucking works, because he wrecks buttholes, I guess.
Same as Jeff with a G.
Yeah. Rex and Jeff are on the case.
This story makes no sense.
That's a fucking kids show waiting to happen. Rex and Gef The Talking Mongoose. And also accompanied by his friend and paranormal investigator Harry Price, went to the Isle of Man to investigate the case and produced the book The Haunting of Cashin's Gap. Now, that's a whole nother thing that we could break down, because that could mean, yes, that's literally, all that is fucking the clap.
Yes.
The haunting, that is a long way of saying I got the fucking clap. I have the haunting of Cashin's Gap. Anyway, which came out in 1936, in case anybody's wondering. They would avoid saying that they actually believed the story, but were careful about being very objective in their reporting of the story.
Yeah, because paranormal investigation was so high tech in 1930.
They're trying to make fucking money. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Now,
did they start a podcast?
We should do a whole podcast in old-timey radio voice. Now hear this. Gef the Talking Mongoose, he was found on Broadway this evening with one knife wound to his jugular vein. His neighbors said, I don't know because it's the 30s and I can't understand the foreigners.
Odds are, our luck, that would be the one that goes viral and we'll have an Orson Welles fucking moment. People calling in World of Worlds.
Oh my God, or fucking Capote.
Gef of Mongoose is attacking Hamilton.
So the book reported that how a hair from an alleged mongoose was sent to Julian Huxley, who sent it to...
Was it short and curly?
Who sent it to? It shouldn't be not a fish from a mongoose.
I was referring to her dad's pubic hair, but that's beyond
her dad's mongoose.
Yes.
But they sent this alleged mongoose hair to Julian Huxley, who then sent it to a naturalist named F. Martin Duncan, which just sounds like a fucking scientist.
Or writes a shitty fantasy novel.
Well, this one's this one really kind of throws you for a loop here.
Okay.
So he identified this hair as a dog hair.
Sheepdog?
Yeah.
To be exact?
He suspected the hair belonged to the Irving sheepdog Mona.
Which Mona is their dog.
It's either what the dog does or what fucking Gef the Talking Mongoose makes somebody do. Oh. Be it the dad or the wifey. Who knows?
I'm sorry. I damn near fucking timed out fucking moon unit. I'm sorry.
Now, then Price went on to ask Reginald Pocock. Swear to God. P-O-C-O-C-K. Pocock. Of the Natural History Museum to evaluate paw prints allegedly made by Gef that they cast in plasticine, whatever the fuck. That along with an impression of his supposed tooth marks.
Yeah.
Pocock. He could not match these to any known animal, but he conceded that one of them might have been, quote, conceivably made by a dog. Duh. He did state that none of the markings had been made by a mongoose. And the diaries of James Irving, along with reports about this case, are in Harry Price's archives in the Senate House Library in the University of London. Now, back to Mr. Price, who visited the Irvings and observed double walls of wooden paneling covering the interior rooms of the old stone farmhouse, which would... Brain fart. I just went off. Now, this house... Shut up. Also featured considerable interior airspace between these wood panelings and the stone walls.
Okay.
Now, this makes sense because, and I'm quoting this, he said, "This makes the whole house one great speaking tube with walls like soundboards. By speaking into one of many apertures in the panel, it should be possible to convey the voice to various parts of the house." So which makes sense. There's literally a gap between a panel of wood and stone.
So it'd be easy to throw your voice.
Yes, like sound will bounce off both sides of that. There's empty space. It's like it's kind of not helping Gef's whole fucking case here. Now, according to Richard Wiseman, quote, Price and Lambert were less than enthusiastic about the case, concluding that only the most credulous of individuals would be impressed with the evidence for Gef. So basically, he just made a smart people thinking way of saying, duh, it's fucking bullshit. I mean, you would think, oh, here's a good name for you, too. Nandor Fodor, the research officer for the International Institute of Psychical Research.
Is that a character in Lord of the Rings?
There is a Nandor in...
it's close to Game of Thrones.
There's a Nandor in the What We Do in the Shadows.
Fodor.
Again, he was a research officer for the International Institute for Psychical Research, stayed at the Irving's house for a week without seeing or hearing Gef. And Mr. Nandor Fodor did not believe deliberate deception had occurred and molded a complex... Yes, he did not believe, these are big words, deliberate deception had occurred and molded a complex psychological theory to explain Gef based on a, quote, split-off part of Jim Irving's personality.
So he was saying it was... Jim was the dad?
Yes.
So Jim felt guilty for fondling and split off his personality.
Yeah, so we're dealing with a a split personality that has now deviated course into a whole nother entity, if you will, that is imagined. What seems to be on a group level for the whole family.
They're all in denial. But are they saying that he is the voice, though? His other personality is the voice, and it's echoing through, the wall? Are they tying all that in together, or?
I'm not really sure exactly.
I mean,
but a split off part of his personality, like he could be. You know what I mean? Like it was in the daughter's room.
But who was she?
So he doesn't have to be present for this to be happening. Like physically present where you can know that he's there. And plus with the construction of the house that they just described, you could literally be fucking downstairs and be like, "Fuck you, bitch." And she'd be like, "Jeff, stop."
Or did this split personality manifest itself to become like a tulpa?
Yes. Which happens pretty often.
Which would explain why the girl was seen out in public talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I also question if there might be some like ergot situation going on. Like maybe not ergot specifically, but maybe there was something going on, fungi. Some kind of fungus or bacteria.
We're getting back to the cow patty mushrooms. See where I started this whole venture off.
You're over there doing a think tank thunk.
I'm not.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm smelling what you're letting go.
Know your role. And just listen to me.
Bring me my mongoose. God damn it.
I'm just not a pretty face.
Yeah. Now, just this is basically the wrap up. Although some psychic investigators thought that Jeff was a poltergeist or a ghost, skeptics, including residents of the Isle of Man, all pretty much the whole time believed the Irving family had just colluded in an attempt to perpetuate a hoax that was originated by their daughter, Veray, and an Isle of Man Examiner reporter wrote that when he caught the girl making noises, her father tried to convince him the sound came from somewhere else.
So they Amityville hoarded.
That's basically what it comes down to. Now, according to Joe Nick, you are over there fucking yourself up.
Beating the fuck out of my knees.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
after the other day, no, that shit's. It doesn't. It's weird. It's not like there's no bruising, but I can tell it's inflamed because it's not bigger. But like if I put my hand on it when I straighten my leg out and shit, like I can feel it grinding in there.
Yeah,
because it's just inflamed to shit.
When I put my hand on mine, I feel it grinding too.
No, like more than normal. I know what my knees feel like, and so does the ground. Anyway. So, anybody who doesn't know that inside story, we did legs and chest at the gym, and by the time I got in the car, my knee was fucked by the car.
By the car, not the working out.
Also throw in this. These are the last couple little pieces. According to Joe Nickel, researchers have suspected Vuri, whatever the fuck, used ventriloquism, as we talked about before, and other tricks to quote Mr. Nickel, of course, is what I meant to say. Quote, the effects of which were hyped by family members, reporters in search of a story, and credulous paranormalists. Which, yes, like we have our interests and our hobbies in the paranormal, but we can both agree there are a lot of people that will fucking try to sell anything to anybody about that whole fucking thing, about anything paranormal.
Right.
Ed and Lorraine Warren. Fuck. Sorry. Contemporary, this is my last point. Contemporary media scholar Jeffrey Sconce, the man is named after a fucking accessory in a middle class to upper class white woman's house. I made a Jeffrey Sconce in junior high in shop class.
Does sconce hold like a candle?
Yeah.
You hang it on the wall and it holds you. Okay, yeah.
I made a Jeffrey Sconce in junior high shop class.
I bet you did make one.
It was actually it's still pissing me off.
At least made out with them. Or was that?
I Gef The Talking Mongoose into his butthole.
Or did you make out with Waz or whatever?
Everyone. But no, that shit still pisses me off though. I think my mom still has it. It was like it turned out really good. But my bottom piece that's like underneath the the piece of so there's like the little plateau or platform that you have the shaped and lathed piece that holds the candle, and then there's the shaped and lathed piece on the bottom that makes it look like a continuous piece, ever so slightly to the right from being in line with the piece on top of the wood. Oh, it makes my eyeballs itch like I have I have crabs in them.
There's a lot of venereal disease talk in this episode.
Well, when you're talking about super pussies,
it's going to happen.
So again, Jeffrey Sconce writes that the most likely explanation is that, quote, this extra clever mongoose was an imaginary companion created by the Irving's extra clever daughter. Duh.
You think?
I mean, it was made, hands down, this was made up by somebody in the house. Whether it's the daughter or whether it's the dad and somebody they're going along with it, or there's a brainwashing or a tulpa thing or something like that. Like this came from somebody in the house.
Or was this a practical joke that
gone horribly wrong?
Just taken too far.
Are you still plugged in?
No, you can. I'm good. I'm charged. You've got me all charged up.
I only do charged work. Quote Will Sasso.
I'm going to call this bullshit.
Yeah, this was formed. I don't want to say.
Now, how much documentation?
Not a whole lot, but there's plenty at the same time. Like compared to a lot of shit, there's
not
a
urban legend.
No, like there's newspaper art clippings and shit out there. There's an alleged. Hold on, let me find it.
Don't go through my Google search.
Where is it? Let me get images here. We like images.
And
then you have this, which this is allegedly I've learned how to scroll on this.
It took me forever.
This is allegedly a self-portrait that Jeff drew of himself.
Oh, so Jeff could actually draw as well.
Well, yeah.
He could diagnose psychiatric problems and he could draw.
Well, and my problem with that is like,
it
is definitely a rodent. It's got. I mean, if he was an Indian mongoose, I can kind of believe it because this thing's got some serious eyebrows on it. First off,
okay, we are going to wrap it up on that note.
What? That's not racist. That's just like me saying I have really thin hair because I do. Like, well, fine hair.
Fine, yes.
Yeah.
I have thin hair.
I know. Better half fucking fucks with me all the time. She's like, you're going bald. And I'm like, why? Because you can see the top of my head if there's a light behind me. Yeah, I've been that way my whole life. My fucking hairs are like goddamn spider web individually. They're just thin as shit.
I told you, I'm about a day and a half away from fucking just breaking out a Bic.
Phil's hair is so thin it's clear.
No, that's just white.
I'll be real. Like for about to be 50-year-old man, your hairline is not that bad for real.
It ain't that fucking good.
No, but I mean, at least you're not cul-de-sacing it.
Oh, I'd fucking shave that. I'd shave. I like I said.
Or the one that
looks like that. If my I'm gonna come back here grows anymore, it's off.
That's the worst. No, the worst is when you have like just the little like the Empire logo thing going on where it like drops down like your hairline is bleeding almost. But yeah, that's I don't know. I should have lined it up so we could bring it up because it's a very interesting illustration. Because first off, I like that he chose to show the different gradients.
It
of
looks
the wall.
like a giant super pussy.
It looks like a fucking squirrel.
Just with a
which isn't far fetched because I mean like a squirrel and a squirrel and a mongoose do and don't look the same. They have similarities.
But
they do not look the same if you put them side by side.
It has the face of a cat, the head of a cat.
See, I think the face looks very squirrel.
I say squirrel tail.
Definitely squirrel tail.
Cat face and
just dachshund body.
Exactly.
It looks like a dachshund that does a lot of chest workouts. I wish I would have pulled it up so we can pull it up on screen.
I think we got a new cryptid.
Like it does. It looks like a fucking squirrel. Hey. Honestly, the face almost looks like a pig or like a tapir.
Well, this is
with bushy ass eyebrows and fucking like shitty Bob Ross tree whiskers.
This isn't a talking Indian mongoose painting this. So how good can he be?
I mean, there's a I don't know. There's a whole thing. I mean, there's a tabloid for you. Clue to mystery talking weasel. Schoolgirl may have powers of ventriloquism. I don't know if we would call that a power.
That's my super
Isle of Man's talking mongoose. Remarkable photographs. Oh yeah, that's supposedly a photograph of Gef. Where's it at? Go fuck yourself.
What the fuck is that?
Yes. It looks like a dead, poorly preserved badger to me.
This is a Rorschach test.
It does. Does that not look like a poorly taxidermied badger?
Yeah, something. I mean, it looks like a shy skunk, actually, to me.
Oh, it's a badjunk. What else is there? There's hold on. There's some interesting shit with this all of this. Just dumb shit. There's a Monty the Kleptomaniac. I guess this is another Gef adjacent story. Gef's story lives on. This is a semi-new one. I'll have to read that one later. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid shit. Where are the quotes? I found a list of Gef the Mongoose quotes, what I found quite funny. Just to finish it off, because like there's literally just random fucking quotes from this thing. There's a Gef bot Twitter. Yeah, I didn't follow it or check it out too much, but like there is a Gef bot Twitter.
You know what?
Okay, Moon Unit apparently in the chat looked it up. It does. It looks like a oversized gray squirrel. Or red squirrel, because let's be real, all squirrels just kind of look the same.
You racist motherfucker.
Well, you know, if it walks like a squirrel and it talks like a squirrel, its main name is Lamar.
Oh,
see, that's the other thing is like saying shit like that. Everybody's like, you might watch out. Somebody's gonna say you're racist. How the fuck can you? Because if there's two things that are synonymous, it is African American people, which I still think if I was African American or black, I would rather be called black. And I know black people that say, just call me black. Why? Couldn't tell you the last member of my family that lived in fucking Africa. I wasn't born in Africa. I'm just a fucking American that has darker skin than you. Hi, my name's fucking Jim. His name's not fucking Jim. So here's a short list of quotes that Gef supposedly said. I am not a spirit. I am a little extra clever mongoose. Also, I am a ghost in the form of a mongoose, and I shall haunt you with weird noises and clanking chains. Kinky.
I like it. Now we're getting down to that super pussy talking my language.
Yeah. I was born near Delhi, India, on June 7th, 1852. I have been shot at by Indians. I am marsh mongoose. Now, when he says Indians, that gets a little cloudy. Are we talking like... Should I Family Guy it?
No.
As Peter Griffin? No, I'm quoting Peter Griffin. This is a quote. This is a quote.
Thank you for coming to this podcast.
No, this is a quote. It's okay. Peter Griffin.
Hey, I got my finger on the trigger, motherfucker.
It is. No, I will give him credit. It's a little offensive to an extent, but I cracked the fuck up when they said it on Family Guy.
To all the censors out there, Travis is saying this, not
actually
Phil.
Seth MacFarlane is saying this.
I don't give a fuck. We don't have Seth MacFarlane pulled.
I don't know. I forget what they were talking about.
This is all Travis.
I forget what they were talking about on that episode.
I disagree with whatever's coming out of his mouth next.
But I forget what they were even talking about. But somebody said something about Indian people, and he was like, "Are you talking like feather Indian or sniper Indian?" And I was like,
"I'm not even laughing at that."
I just don't understand what the fuck. Whose dick did Seth MacFarlane suck that he gets away with the shit that he gets away with?
I'm a little fucking offended, motherfucker.
Why? I'm 862nd Cherokee. Just like every white woman on fucking social media.
No, my great.
What is it now? What is it?
My great grandmother.
I mean, everybody needs to just accept that everybody's a little bit of everything at this point. It's just like when people say, the people that fucking try to claim, play the black card.
I might try to get my casino going.
Oh my God. The people that try to claim the black card because they're like, I'm 1/62nd East African. All right, listen here, Barbara. If you do a DNA test, everyone is at least a minute fraction of a percentage East African. Let's talk about why. Because that's where we all fucking came from, you dumb bitch.
I believe it's a thing called the cradle of civilization.
Yes.
Thank you.
All human life came from there. So next time you want to be a white person trying to be bigoted towards a black person, guess what, Jethro? Ha! He's your daddy.
He's your daddy? He's your daddy or daddy?
Out of pappy.
All right.
Well, I have more.
No, we don't.
No, I have more quotes.
Jesus Christ.
It's so there's some of them are just so outrageous.
I gotta go pee.
I'll split the atom. I am the fifth dimension. I am the eighth wonder of the world.
Whoa. I'm gonna call bullshit on this.
What?
They did not split the atom in 1931.
Yeah, they did.
You sure? I thought that was a late split.
Oh, no.
Splitting the atom was done.
The atomic bomb.
The atomic bomb. That wasn't until, what, 40? They started working on it in late 30s, I believe.
Well, this went on till like 45 or 46.
Oh, so he was
because the husband, they moved out when the husband died, and then the following owner of the property said that he shot Gef, and he was dead.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah. I am not evil. I could be if I wanted. You don't know what damage or harm I could do if I were roused. I could kill you all, but I won't. He's basically like, he's like Floki from Vikings. That guy. Have you seen Vikings?
I've watched.
The Skarsgård that's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking good actor. This is my favorite one. If you knew what I know, you'd know a hell of a lot.
That sounds like something you would say.
Literally. I say all the time I know a little about a lot. If there's any other goes, if you're kind to me, I will bring you good luck. If you are not kind, I shall kill all your poultry. I can get them wherever you put them.
Do not fuck with the cock.
Do not. The super pussy's threatening the cock now. It's ridiculous. I have been to nicer homes than this. Carpets, piano, satin covers on polished tables. I'm going back there. Ha ha ha. So he basically just roasted them for being fucking poor. Like, you're a goddamn mongoose from India. Not the most affluent country. For the most part.
So basically, Gef the Mongoose is
a comedian.
Jeff Ross.
Yeah. Oh, this one. Well, Jim, what about some grubbo? He's making up words, too. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's me. I like Captain Dennis, but not Harry Price. He's the man who puts the kibosh on the spirits. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Nuts! Put a sock in it. Chew coke. It's telling people to do drugs now, too.
And put nuts in socks? Well, that's what every teenager does.
What else? This one was interesting. He said, I have 3 spirits, and their names are Foe, Faith, and Truth. That one's kind of cool.
Huh.
That's kind of, like, I don't know who actually said it, but that one's actually kind of cool.
I can get down with that.
But this quote, this is not a quote. This is just what the fucking parents yelled at the little girl all the time. Put the bloody gramophone on. Is that like the 1930s version of who touched the thermostat? Don't turn off my news.
No, that's don't fuck with the volume.
Hey, I'm the same way. Right. It's like whole day in hell if you catch my volume on anything that I'm controlling the volume on not a multiple of 3.
All right, I say we end this cluster.
Yeah, we got some good time out of this one.
I did not think we were going to get that. Of course, we jacked off most of this. Literally and figuratively.
Super pussy. So, yeah, I mean, in wrap up. It's bullshit.
Well, obviously Gef was really smart, but he couldn't spell because his name's all fucked up.
Gef. David Gefford.
All right, we are thankful for you troopers that stuck around for this.
This bullshit episode that I cannot believe we got this much time out of.
But you know what? We got some shorts out of this motherfucker.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, we're cutting the fuck out of this motherfucker up. Yeah, it made sense. It made sense in my mind.
It made about as much sense as Gef. My name Gef.
All right. We will see you guys next week for our Christmas special.
We'll see what it turns into.
It'll be special if it even happens. Happens.
Is it going to be a Christmas special, or is it just going to be a holiday special?
No, we're not doing Happy Holidays.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa?
We're going to do something holiday-oriented, whether it's just recapping my birthday.
I'm probably, if I think about it and have time, I'm getting a small black Santa for the show. I love Black Santa. I also love Black Jesus. I love that that's a thing.
Well, it is a thing because...
Or fucking 21 Jump Street when Jonah Hill's sitting there praying. He's like, I really need your help, Korean Jesus.
Korean Jesus. All right. Thank you, guys.
He said, hey, stop fucking with Korean Jesus. He got shit to do.
We will see you guys next week for the live stream. If you're catching this on your favorite podcast app, be sure to go over to Ghost in the Night YouTube channel and be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell. And
shout out to the lovely people that wished me happy birthday.
Yes.
And the lovely people that got me this sick chair and a cake. Fuck, I left the cake in the car. I brought you cake, but I forgot it. Unless it's in here somewhere and I just don't remember. Chocolate on chocolate.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I'm sure it's still in the car. And it's cake.
It
doesn't go bad.
Well, even bad cake's still pretty fucking good.
Well, I don't understand people who put
cake is like super pussies. Even bad.
I don't
is still
understand
pretty good.
people who put like a cake like that's just chocolate fucking cake with chocolate just frosting in the fridge. There's no point.
I like a little crust. I like it when it hardens up a little bit.
Well, I mean, they'll do that outside of the fridge. I just don't understand. Like, you
no,
don't need to refrigerate it. Yeah,
Leave
I just don't.
out.
Like, you don't need to refrigerate it.
All right.
It's like you don't need to refrigerate fucking brownies
No,
or cookies.
Just
like,
cover them motherfuckers up.
Exactly. It's a baked good. It's not like
Yes.
carrot cake. If it was carrot cake, maybe. But even then, you can leave fucking carrot cake out too.
We are a cooking show now.
Fuck you guys. We're not talking about the paranormal true crime anymore. We're talking about felching and fucking baking. Felchaking. Belching.
All right. I'm ending this. I'm calling it. Thanks,
I
guys.
love you.
We love you.
And you love me. We are a happy family.
Fuck my life.
Quote Barney, not